Hey everybody, it's been a little bit. I meant to put this up in May, and it is now August, and so it's been a couple months that I haven't made my update. But you can see, while I haven't been making videos, I have been at least painting a little bit. If you remember the last video, I was working on Octron from the Cursed City, and he finished up. Well, I finished him up. He turned out pretty well. All of these, the little grass tufts that I've decided to use, they're the old Middenheim grass from GW that I don't think they make anymore. But Octron turned out pretty well. I got the 6 rats painted up. I can't remember if I had shown Bertog or not, and went back and just looked. Yeah, I had it, because I remember I talked about the earthenware of the jug, maybe? I can't remember. Anyway, he's done too. Now I know the triplets here, the vampire triplets for the Cursed City, they're all finished since the last episode of my slow painting styles, and they turned out pretty well. You know, they're good enough to put on the tabletop and roll dice against. The addition, I added a whole bunch of these skulls from the Citadel skull pack, and to me they help flesh out the base a little bit and make it a little. Some of the base stuff already has a good number of skulls on it, and whatnot. The big Vargeist here, which I can't remember what the term is for the Cursed City, but it's it's the were-vampire wolf thingy. It turned out pretty good. If you notice, I'm on a different camera today. My other camera, my son is using. He just finished the 3rd book in the Suzuki method of the violin instruction, and after each book, his instructor makes him go back and record every song on a video until he plays them good enough to where he's happy with it, and she's happy with it, and doesn't make him go back and do any more. You can see I've got 2 more of the characters, the elf and the priestess kind of thing. I'm painting up the last of the 4 characters for Imperial Assault. And definitely going from the Cursed City models to the Imperial Assault models. You can tell the extreme difference in quality between GW and the Fantasy Flight one-off. Their Star Wars Legion, I think, are a little better quality than the Imperial Assault, because I mean there just was a lot. There's a lot of lack of detail and stuff. You can still see I've got Bran and Hodor here, which they will be done one day. Oh, there we go. I mean they're near enough to done where I can just hit them with a matte coat and just call it finished, and then put the base on, which honestly I think I'll do after we finish up. I found this guy. I found an old 135th World of Tanks M4 Sherman that I had been building, and it got covered up in the slow fall of detritus from my stuff, just the piling of shame getting up. And I found him and just thought he was kind of cool. I did get the all the objective markers for Cursed City painted up, and you got these 2 little treasure demons. Let's see, there's the blue one back there. Gravestones, zombie cats, which are ridiculously fun. And again, I apologize. I'm recording this on my cell phone instead of on my other camera, because my kid's using that one. But these all turned out pretty well. I did finally break down and paint up one of my Horus Heresy era minis. Painted up old Rowboat Girly Man here, Reboot Guliman, the Primarch of the Ultramarines, and he turned out pretty well. There are some things that I can improve on. There are some things that need. Shoot, even now, just looking, I can see. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to touch that up. Like I didn't put any script on his little scroll things there. I mean, but overall, it turned out pretty good. The marble effect turned out really nice. I just did the old baby wipe or wet wipe that you stretch out over the base, and then spray on. Like I said, I did a blue base coat, and then did German gray, and then neutral gray from Vallejo, and then just a sky sky gray, or almost a white over the rest of it. It was pretty hard because I had put these things on. You can tell there's you can see where I bound the wipe there. But these things, there's a lot of gaps in them, and so when I went ahead and built them up, and then green stuffed the gaps. And so with this tall tower on each end of the pieces, it made it difficult to get the wipe to wrap around. And so that's why there's all sorts of stuff. I ended up having to come back through with a sponge and sponge on in some areas the different colors to try to cover that up. But overall, I mean, this was a decent model to paint. Had a little bit of problems with the resin, but I mean, I bought this model 6 years ago and just now got around to painting it, so there was nothing I could do to contact. Oh, I wasn't going to contact Forge World, but see right there under his span door, you can see the mold slip. It fits in and kind of looks a little bit like the rock, but yeah, it's not exactly it. This little armor plate, which is way here on the back, you can kind of see the lines on it are a little skewed, even with my limited ability to fix it. His sword was circumcised. The tip was missing, so I had to do that, make that out of green stuff. Stop getting out of focus there, rowboat. But overall, I mean, for my first Forge World character model, I'm happy the way he turned out. He looks pretty cool, in my own personal opinion, and I felt that for my current skill level, I got as much out of what I can do into him as possible. There's still areas where somebody who's really good would totally like smoke my painting job, but you know, I am not one who lined up to buy tickets for the Golden Demon to put in my entries. I'm just putting these on the shelf in my Detolf so that he'll stand there and look cool. And when I die, my kids will say, "What the hell are we going to do with all this crap?" But I commissioned a model from Electric Eve, who is a Twitch streamer and a former used to work for GW for a little bit, and now does all her own stuff, and has been featured on many different platforms in many different areas. And she painted up this unicycle here. Shoot, now I can't even think of her name. Kelly Speed, there we go. From Limbo Division 209. Which, I mean, she just did a really good job. She did all these decals freehand. I asked her to make it like as an homage to Akira, because that was one of my favorite movies in college back in the day. And she just knocked it out of the park. And so I've got that over on my shelf next to the one Limbo Division model that I have done, the Talon that I showed a couple months ago. But overall, I mean, it's been a pretty productive month or 3 for me. You can see there's the Grey Knights guy that I still haven't quite wrapped up. I just need to paint his books and be done with him. But yeah, I've got a little bit of stuff cut out for me. Since my camera is not set on a spindle, I can pick him up and move it around. And you can see over there, zoom in, all the rest of the Curse City guys hanging out there, along with some other stuff that one day I will get to. But that's enough of the road travel. But there we go. I'll get these 2 done for Curse City. Hopefully I can get some of the other characters done, because that's all I got left are the big bad guy characters and the big good guy characters, and then we're done. And then I can start playing the game with my kids, and I can play for the first time a board game where all the minis needed to be painted, and I have painted them all with the kids. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna put this into the video processor and get it up on YouTube as soon as I can. Hope you guys are having fun. It's fun to see all the videos that are still out there. It's good to see some people coming back into it, and good to see some people who have been in it a long time. Anyway, I'll talk at you later. Adios.